be too deep. I think I'm dying here, man.
Welcome to the 3B Video Deep Cut Podcast.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes. It was fun.
Aw, yeah. It's that time again for another bi-weekly podcast with your hosts, Rotten Roger DeMarco and
Evil Dead Inks. And hey Raj, who's Victor Crowley?
some mongoloid who lives in the woods, or the swamp, I should say.
I thought you were going to go with Airheads, but he's that guy.
He's that. What does that mean? He's that guy.
He's that guy.
Rodney King. Rodney King.
Why are they chanting Victor Crowley? Victor Crowley. He's that guy.
That guy. Chicken and biscuits and the gravy. Oh, boy. Yeah, here we are. Another 2 weeks down. Another couple of footsteps into Honey Island Swamp. And for the people listening, it's rolling right along, right? It's been 2 weeks. You're ready for a new episode. But in reality, it's been a hot minute since we've recorded something. Life finds a way to fuck everything up, slow everything down. And we were so optimistic and so hopeful rolling into our October atmosphere, our one true love of the year. And I got hit with a couple of 1-2 punches, slowed us down. But we're here, we're still standing, and we're ready to call on Victor Crowley and take it to him. Have a little grudge match in a shitty little shanty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't keep a good tag team down, and I don't know a good tag team off the top of my head other than the Rock and Sock Connection, but we're here to bang it out.
The Legion of Doom, the Rockers, the Midnight Rockers, the Orient Express, the Midnight Orient Express,
the Insane Clown Posse.
That's not a tag team.
Depending on who you ask, but
okay,
yeah.
A wrestling fan will not say that's a tag team. That's not even
true.
Combined half a wrestler. I wouldn't even give that. They're not even a wrestler's right leg.
Oof. They are wrestling fans, though. But I feel you. But man, it's good to be back. It's nice to. I know we're not in the same room, but it's nice to see your smiling face through the.
I'm not smiling right now.
Oh, he's smiling. He loves it. He's happy as can be. But it's time to get back into this, and
into more of the night. He is Art still home?
Comes back home. That's because he never goes away, because he just repeats the same thing over and over again.
But much like Halloween 2, this Hatchet 2 is more of exactly where we left everything off from previously.
Except Marybeth Dunstan got hit with a Honey, I Shrunk Your Lead ray.
By what, 3 or 4 feet? Because we now have I don't remember what the original Marybeth's actress's name was.
Oh God, I can't either. It's too early in the morning for that.
Now we got Danielle Harris. I guess was the original pick for Adam Green, but was he too scared to be like, that's Danielle Harris? She's not going to say yes to. I mean, he's at the point he already had Kane Hodder and Robert Englund. I don't know why he thought Danielle Harris would be like too good for his shit.
I think he was like more nervous about. I mean, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, like being that guy who just like makes a movie and attaches a bunch of horror names like you want to check it out, like, because again, like you said, it is a deterrent at some point when you're like, you pick up Wrong Turn 6 and you're like, Doug Bradley, huh? Like, bet he's in this for all of 4 fucking seconds. It's one of those things.
I will put $1 down at some point. He calls someone else a pinhead. Oh, there it is. Give me. Oh, I'm not watching this with anybody else, so I'll give myself $1.
Yeah, so I think maybe he was nervous about shooting himself in the foot, especially for his directorial debut of being like all those other direct-to-video movies. And I'm fine with the first one. We talked about it. We're okay with it, but we're okay with the Switch, too. The Switch works fine. We have no issues with the Switch.
Yeah, and it's not like Phantasm 2 where I'm like, it's an alright movie, but A. Michael Baldwin switched out with dude from Point Break's pretty jarring for me. And then to be like, fuck it, let's just switch him back.
Yeah. Well, he had a good run.
Yeah, like, never mind. I'm just going to go back to what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, by the time they get back to A. Michael Baldwin, he's aged quite a bit to where that's jarring to me.
It was 10 years between 1 and 2, so like he went from a child to now he's a young man to now he's just a man.
Mm-hmm. And much like the jump in appearance in Phantasm 2, we do get a little bit of a jump in appearance for Victor Crowley, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
he's
this
been
is
upgraded.
This is your bread and butter, right? This is your look that you like the most, I think.
I don't know if I have a look for Victor Crowley that I'm like, that's the look, but if I'm going to pick one of the 4 movies to throw on and watch, this is the one I tend to grab to throw on. Because, it's... There is a story, but there's not much of a story. It's literally Marybeth escapes, goes to Tony Todd. Tony Todd organizes a small mob to go and retrieve his boat. That's the real story. Tony Todd just wants his boat back, man.
Yeah, he can't run his business without his boat, his illegal business. But yeah, so the whole story thing, like you said, there's not much of a story, but there is a story. This, arguably, out of all 4 Hatchets, has the slowest start because we are getting some story. It's not a tremendous, page after page after page of exposition and all this craziness, but it takes a minute before we're getting the hunter posse getting smoked. But it allows us to have some comedy. It allows us to establish some people, some relationships.
It is goofy as shit. We went from
Can I get some cookies, man?
It's a horrific beginning, and then we're gonna have a 20-minute this is gonna be goofy shit for a while until we get back to the swamp at night. Mm-hmm. Then things will pick back up, and then nothing in this is scary, or even I feel like that anticipation scary.
No, it's just fun. It's really weird.
We'll get in 4 with that light switch turning on and off thing. Eventually we know he's coming through that fucking door frame.
Right
here, it's just this is his Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, the setup is, they're just going to get bumped off, one after another, and
bunch
more
of
often
red
than
shirts.
Not. Yeah, they are. That's a perfect reference, especially after he's done with them. A lot of red shirts, but
red shirts and no pants.
You love this more than chocolate ice cream, don't you?
That is weird.
It is. That's a strange.
There's a lot strange about that sequence when we get there.
Yeah, but it's really fun in this movie because we just. Like you said, it's not horrifying, but we're very much so upping the gore. But it walks hand in foot with the comedy and the over. I don't know. It's really over the top. So
yeah, we're Mortal Kombating hardcore.
Everybody,
now. It's ridiculous when. John Carl Beekler gets his guts slashed open, and then he's gonna get strangled with his intestines. That's slightly putting a plastic bag over a dude when he's underwater to suffocate him.
We're looking at you, double team.
I was I think he's gonna die just by ripping out his intestines. But I like that you gotta, and then even choke him with it. He chokes him and then just pops it like a goddamn cork.
Right. His intestines are battle rope thick.
I don't know which is thicker. Those intestines are Freddy's tongue from Dream Warriors.
Right. It's odd. But again, that's we're setting the tone because we get old Jack Cracker, and then the joke pays off that he's drinking his own piss. We get that joke full circle. Then we get Mercedes McNabb, and I forget the other girl from the first movie. The Bayou Beavers tape or whatever.
He's combing through the camcorder, and we also get Laura Ortiz trying to be 15. I'm like, yeah, probably 15 years ago. Okay.
In your bra. That doesn't work for that joke, but
Yeah, like, dude, I'm only 15. And I'm like, no, you're not.
yeah, you're 35. I mean, she is petite, but she ain't no. I mean,
Yeah,
put her by the
she-
playground. That's how they. She's walking by a playground. They're like, see, she's a kid.
Yeah, don't have her turn around or speak, and yeah, you could confuse her for a child. Her and Danielle Harris could have a short off, I guess.
Yeah, if you squint and you're 40 yards away, maybe she looks like she
After
belongs.
12 to 15 beers, you would be like, she's underage, man. Look at that. She's 3.5 feet tall. Mm-hmm. Squeaky
She is very
voice.
tiny. And that's the other cool thing about this movie is when I first saw this movie, we weren't like steeped in the Adam Green lore, and that's why this
It was
movie
just
is
a movie.
Yeah, and that's why this movie is so good on repeat viewings because you get Holliston references, you get Jack Chop references, you get Frozen references. There's a litany of things in that universe.
A lot of deep cuts, you would say.
Yeah, I would say deep cuts. There you go. Like, there's plenty of those, and it's satisfying. It's like when you have like a really big, delicious burger. Like, it satiates you. You don't need more. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, man, I'm full. That was just what I needed. I needed like everything in this movie. You got like. This might be the last one. Actually, we do get a smidge of nudity in Victor Crowley, but like Hatchet 3, we don't get any nudity. So we get nudity, we get gore, we get comedy.
We get more than a smidge when we get to Crowley.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a smidge of a penis, is what that is.
Oh, okay, fair enough. You got me there.
It's a really cold bookstore.
Baby dick. Shut up, baby dick.
He's a grower, not a shower, man. It's all good.
Sure.
Yeah, so I mean, you basically did lay out the plot of this movie. The biggest piece of this plot really is that Tony Todd he believes he has the answer to vanquish Victor Crowley.
I mean, it makes sense in a novel approach, or if he knew he was actually in a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, these are the guys that initially caused this domino effect of Victor Crowley becoming the repeater vengeance demon ghost that he is.
Very pumpkin heady. You know what I mean? Like I think you might have brought that up in the 2 weeks ago. Like, it's kind of got a Pumpkinhead-esque like origin to it.
I don't know if I said that, but it definitely makes sense. You might have said it. Whoever the hell said it, like, yeah, they were onto something with that.
Yeah,
because you can see it.
Mm-hmm. This movie, I do feel like, definitely ramps up. We're getting more of Adam Green's voice for sure.
Starting with the fucking opening credits, like it's giving you little bits of like props. Yeah. All over the swamp, but he's playing Just One Fix by Ministry. So I was like, something that Adam was playing like in his personal playlist. Like, I know when we went to go meet and greet him, I think the first or second time, that was playing, and I was like, oh, I know that. That's Just One Fix. I literally know that because of Beavis and Butthead.
Nice.
Like a dude,
which is where a lot
in
of
the
people
music
our
video.
age, a lot of people our age get their music taste.
Biz Marquee introduced through Beavis and Butthead.
Mm-hmm. You say he's just a friend.
Yeah.
He died, I think.
That's now I feel like I'm hanging out with the wife because she does that all the time. Like, if we're watching or listening to something that's really good, and I'm like, this is great, isn't it? That dude's dead now.
Hate to ruin all your fun. Yeah, like when you did when I was watching Scrubs, and I was like, I love Ted, and you're like, that guy's
like,
dead.
Ted's dead, man. Yeah, isn't Ted a wonderful actor? He was a singer too. He has his own a cappella band. He died of cancer.
Yeah, now every time I listen to any of his music, even as fun as it is, I cry. So, because I just want more of it.
I guess
What
it's
a
rubbed off.
bummer.
I guess I do it. I guess we all like doing that. Like, we like to build people up and then tear them down in the last beat. You enjoying yourself? Be a shame if someone ruined it.
Yeah, be a shame if he couldn't put out any more albums. God damn it.
Yeah, we have that here because we have John Carl Buechler is no longer with us. And like, isn't that a great character? He's dead.
Yeah. Would have been
But his
awesome if
character
he
is
like
too, though.
if he didn't get his head popped off, like, and he survived having his intestines hang out.
Yeah, he's in the hospital just pushing that shit back in like Tropic Thunder.
Yes.
But I mean, I guess just because you died in the movie doesn't mean shit, because Adam Green just pulled the one thing of like Perry Shin is going to be in every one of his movies, and we're going to kill him in every one of the movies. He just happens to have another brother. And like, just do the old joke of all Asians look alike. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. And that's another through line that is in every single movie. That line of dialogue is going to get spoken. That's just, again, that's Adam Green. Actually, I don't know if that's Adam Green or if that was Perry Shin just making that up. I'd have to watch with commentary, but somehow, some way it worked its way into 4 movies, and it's brilliant.
I get to see him, like, it just tickled him the first time he said it. Like, I'm going to do that in every movie. Say it again. Say it again. Say it one more time.
So Perry Shin becomes our final girl, essentially, of this franchise, which is awesome.
Which is
very
weird
different.
that we don't have final girls that die every single movie.
Right.
Like, it'd be, I mean, well, Daniel, no, I was going to say Danielle Harris. I was like, Danielle Harris's character technically dies, but I guess Jamie Lee Curtis, she'll die in Halloween, and she's still in like fucking 3 more movies.
Yeah, she's going to fake her death in one Halloween. She's going to...
And then really die in another one, and then...
come back
almost
in 3 more.
Die in... Yeah.
Whatever works, man. It doesn't matter.
It sounds like fucking Adam Green stealing all this Halloween shit the more I keep looking at it.
I mean, he is a big fan of The Shape, if you will. Which is weird because these movies, they have a very Jason Voorhees feel, but that's Kane, right? That's just Kane. He's so menacing, and he's like a force of nature in this movie. He's just blowing through people. Some people, the deaths take, like, they're really prolonged. Like, one is that when he's smashing the hatchet into the dude's face.
I think I counted like 20 or 30 hammer shots, which is just fantastic. It's
gratuitous. It goes forever. And then there's other kills that happen really fast.
It's literally shit I can do in Gears of War. Of like, I can grab a guy for an execution and punch him. If I keep tapping the button, I can punch him like 28 times or something before his head finally comes off. And it's the same effect here. Like, he's not... He tackles this dude and he's bashing him with the edge of it's not a hammer, it's like a pickaxe.
Like the top edge of it, yeah.
Yeah, because he grabs it, it's a pickaxe. I'm like, oh, he's gonna clearly swing this pointed edged weapon into dude's skull, and then he just flips the shit on its end, so it's just a long piece of metal, and just, you know, bopping him in the fucking nose with it 2 dozen times.
The boop, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonk him until it fucking his face just caves in on itself.
Yeah, and also, it's worth noting that this is Aunt Dolly's Garage, right? This is he was a protege of Buechler, and then he took over. Pendergraph, Robert Pendergraph, took over the effects in this movie. So this is like his big, like, reel or whatever. His big...
This
like,
is sizzle reel.
Yeah, look what I can do. And he pulls off some gnarly stuff. That chainsaw thing is another really good, insane... Like, why is that chainsaw 9 feet long? Who cares?
Some ridiculous shit, like a chainsaw just comes out the woods, and it's like fucking Spaceballs. Like, the ship just keeps going and going. This chainsaw just keeps appearing out from behind a bush, and yeah, it's long enough to get 2 guys straddled over the top of it, and still got probably a good 3 feet between where the guy on the end of the chainsaw is to where Crowley has his hands on the motor. That's when you said Spaceballs. That made me think, like, you think that he did that on purpose? You think that is like a Spaceballs moment? Like, just just keeps revealing and revealing and revealing. That seems like the type of thing where Adam Green would be in the edit room going like, this is hilarious. Like it's a regular song, and like just replay that like 3 times, and just cut back to their reaction, like it's still going. Looks like some shit you would trim like 9 trees worth of limbs off of all at once.
Right. It's the Excalibur of chainsaws.
It's the only chainsaw in film history that would make Leatherface look inadequate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely dwarfs the TCM3 chainsaw, which is everybody's like big chainsaw favorite. So
it makes that shit look like the chainsaw from Part 1, like the looks like an electric carver compared to this thing.
Yeah, this thing's massive, and unfortunately, this is the only. Well, I mean, I guess it comes back into play at the end of the film, or technically the beginning of Hatchet 3. So, because Victor Crowley falls on it and it cuts him in half.
Oh yeah, well, he could probably fall anywhere in the fucking swamp and land on that chainsaw, as big as it is.
Like falls in the water, still gets cut in half.
Yeah, Ken Foray's getting cut by that shit, and he's not even in this movie.
Hey, it's me, Benny. That would have been amazing. Why didn't we get Ken Foree in this movie too? That would have been
that's surprising. Maybe in the next, maybe at some point, Reverend Zombie has a brother, and it's literally Ken Foree.
Wow,
but
my eyes just lit up.
Because you thought, oh, that's entirely plausible.
And I would watch the fuck out of that.
But just because he doesn't have Ken Foree in this movie doesn't mean it's short of adding more horror alumni to the casting. Because this is the first thing Tom Holland has appeared on camera in, and his first dealing in any film since
like Incredible. Incredible.
No,
that was back in the day.
No, Thinner.
Oh yeah, he's
not directed or done anything in film since Thinner, because on the set of Thinner, he developed Bell's palsy. And he was they would not let him leave the set to take care of that, and it took him like 2 or 3 years to fully recover from that.
Jesus.
So Thinner was literally trying to kill Tom Holland.
It was a curse.
So we have director Tom Holland coming in here. We have, of course, Danielle Harris replacing the role of Marybeth coming in here. Giant martial artist AJ Bowen is here, and probably the goofiest shit I've ever seen him in, bar none.
Yeah,
and the heavyweight for me, R.A. Mihailoff, Leatherface from Part 3. So we actually get to see a Leatherface versus Jason face-off fight in this movie.
He is the heavyweight among heavyweights. He is our favorite character in this movie for sure.
He's a big nasty bastard, and I fucking love him. I love to meet him again, because he was such a cool guy. So
he wins my Brown Panty Award 100% because he's the voice of reason, you know.
He's just like, fuck that shit. I'm not going back out to no goddamn swamp.
We also get little cameos from Uncle Creepy, Steve Barton, who used to work for like not Downright Creepy, used to work for Bloody Disgusting. And many other things. He's in a ton of horror documentaries.
Oh, yeah.
Super
Adam
tiny.
Green makes his own cameo again, where he's just puking on the side of a fucking street corner. So we're going to continue Puking Guy's story.
And we get a nice little cameo by Uncle Lloyd Kaufman, just kind of in there hanging out and then leaves. Not even a single line of dialogue, but cool to have Trauma alumni in the crowd.
I would have liked it if he would have been like not scared to go to the swamp. I feel like Victor probably could just grab an arm, a piece, and just rip him in half like a I want to say like a cookie,
like a Stretch Armstrong doll, like just
yeah, kind of like that, like how you would tear like. Imagine you got a really good chocolate chip cookie and you get grilled cheese sandwich.
Yes.
And you get that cheese stretch, like just rip fucking Lloyd Kaufman in half, and all of his shit just is stretching.
Oh, yeah.
And gore is just falling in the middle.
That's beautiful. I'd be down for that.
Kill Lloyd Kaufman on film more.
He's down for it too. That's the thing, because he's a crazy person. So
he's definitely an odd duck, and I'm pretty sure he's there because of his ties to Joe Lynch.
Probably.
Yeah. I think Joe got his first job and worked for Troma So he's got the connections there. And
Which
Joe,
we have the Joe cameo.
yeah, his cameo where he's looks like a 1970s logger out fishing or
hats,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that weird ass leather hunting cap or whatever. Gets his jaw ripped off, and he got Wilhelmed.
Yeah, and then you got the dude from Frozen who was one of the X-Men. He gets his face.
Yeah, he's Iceman.
Yeah, he gets his face lopped off, that's a great kill, by the way. Seeing the insides of the face after the face is cut off, super good.
Very 13 Ghosts.
Yeah, with the glass.
Yeah, when he gets slit in half, very, very much the same thing. Yeah, Iceman from X-Men gets cut in half. Hands down, though.
I know where you're going.
Can't even say spoiler because it's there's nothing to spoil in this.
Everybody dies, man.
Yeah, there's nothing about this that spoilers would deter or do a damn thing to your viewing experience.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it. I heard about the chainsaw kill already.
But but that's still, even that chainsaw kill is outdone by the death of Tony Todd's character.
It's the best.
Because Tony Todd faces off with Crowley. He gets an axe chopped to his waistline. 7 or 8 swings at his waistline to cut him in half at the waist. And then while his upper torso is on the ground, Crowley puts his foot on his shoulder blades on his back and reaches into his innards and grabs his spinal column. And of course gives it 3 tugs before he completely pulls Tony Todd out of his skin like a fucking rabbit. And Tony Todd, his upper torso is hanging from Crowley's arm, de-skinned. And the absolute capper to all of it is once he's done that and Tony Todd's character, I guess, dies in that moment. Mercifully dies.
Yes.
He just gets flung into the bushes. And it's clearly the most...
hard.
Yeah, and it's clearly just a fucking dummy tossed because it kind of bounces off the limbs of this bush, and I'm like, that is some Mortal Kombat shit, and I am officially in.
It has
that
no
that
weight
makes it
to
the best. No, none at all. It kind of lays on those bushes.
It's foam. Yeah, it's foam latex. It weighs 4 pounds. The tiny little tree branches are.
Yeah, they kind of just bounce a little bit, but he just stays on top of them.
Can't even get into the bush. That's how.
If you threw a bag of potato chips onto some shrubs, it just lays on top of the shrubs. That's what Tony Todd's torso does, is lays on top of these bushes.
The triple T, if you will.
But that's the kind of thing you're getting into with this movie, is
Yes.
that.
Yeah, and also, I know we've talked about it on our 3B Video YouTube channel when we did a live stream coverage of this. Another really cool thing is a lot of this stuff was shot inside, and they just make inside look like a swamp because they had trouble with the weather and stuff in the first movie, so they're like, what if we just,
Oh, I mean, the swamp's a rough place to film. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, rain and bugs and all this stuff. So
Mosquitoes.
they built this faux swamp. And I mean, I can tell. I mean, you can tell, but there's a certain.
I never noticed, but
there's
I
a
guess
certain
I'm not
charm
looking.
to it. There's a certain charm to that look.
It's like in House when he goes into the closet and they're trying to make it look like Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just put some some shrubbery around and hang up some black backdrops, and so you can't see too far. Yeah, if you can't see too far. You can't tell that it's in a building.
That makes me feel a little bit better because definitely the most uncomfortable scene in the whole movie for me has to be A.J. Bowen's sex scene.
Yeah.
With his ex-girlfriend, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Because he's married now, so.
Or getting married, something, but he is doggy style tagging this lady in the swamp. So she is on all fours, which I'm like, she's getting eaten alive.
Chiggers, yeah.
By mosquitoes and all this stuff down there. And man, does he just look uncomfortably sweaty. Yeah. He's got a ball cap on, all a shirt, jacket, all this stuff, and you can just see the sweat coming off of him. And she says the weirdest fucking shit. Tell me you love me.
Bad pillow talk, man.
You like this more than ice cream.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, can you just stop talking?
You love this more than baby Jesus.
But it does redeem itself, though, at the very end, because, of course, Crowley comes in, just like Jason doesn't like people boning in his swamp, takes Bowen's head off. And I love the sound design, too, because his body starts seizing, so you just hear...
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, ah!
Oh, baby.
And then just stops, like, come on! Did you fall asleep? How the fuck did you fall? It maybe died or like had a heart attack, but like,
Right.
I don't think he fell asleep, dear.
And he's still upright, which like his head is cut off and he didn't
Yeah,
like
his
fall.
hands are still on her hips.
Yeah. Yeah, he just went into like immediate rigor. Like, what do they call that when like you blow your own head off? Like you get like the death grip. Like, so if you're like holding on.
You season place, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally mannequin. So.
I'm just thinking of Loaded Weapon 1. When, like, give me a hand here, Doc. She's got to step on fucking
yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg's hand, pry it open to get
Is
this.
that her? No, it's her picture.
Yeah. Matte finish or glossy?
It's a little out of focus.
I think we should just do one of these, like, maybe Christmas time. We just do comedies and just throw everyone off the fucking rails.
I'm totally with like just
Parody
picking some
movies.
Yeah, parody
4
movies.
parodies.
Oh man, yeah. Loaded Weapon is a thing that has to happen.
Yeah.
Has to. For anyone listening who doesn't know about Loaded Weapon, it's a deep cut of a movie. It's a early '90s movie, but
Yeah, like 1993.
yeah. If you wanted to like encapsulate our brand of humor, it's in that. It is in that movie. There's a few other movies that really, really tickle our fancy, but
We've always said there should be a wall of fame of cinema, and I think we probably would put Loaded Weapon 1 in that list.
if I ever got to meet Samuel L. Jackson, he's signing that. Like all the pantheon of films that he's done, everything that he's done, I'd be like, so let's talk about Head and Shoulders, you know?
I would talk about him like that goofy ass face he makes when he's following a chick to the office at the Girl Scout cookie factory. Just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because he's making fun of her teeth.
It is. It's nothing, but for some reason, it's just like, why is he doing?
Print out an 8x10 of that face and have him sign it. Yes, please.
Like, this movie changed my life.
Yeah, if I ever meet Corey Feldman, forget signing part 4. Forget anything he's ever done. Just have him
Fired
sign
that
this.
shot.
Yeah.
Not me, sir.
Give me the gun.
If I ever meet Phil Hartman, wait. I can't.
Can I have a bull hornets made in America, please? Natasha Warubadesu.
The Chips. Is this the informant shootout?
The Billy York informant shootout.
That's what it is, Billy York, yeah.
Hey, Larry. Shoot to get his attention. What?
Chips, man.
Get your shit together, man. That's Becker 403.
So many deep cuts right there. Go watch Loaded Weapon. I think
We just
it's
abandoned Hatchet 2 for Loaded Weapon 1.
well, I think it might be on YouTube for free. Like YouTube movies, maybe. If not, I'm sure it's somewhere.
I have a disc, so I don't care
too,
where it's
yeah, I don't
not
care.
streaming.
Mine's
Fuck
on
your
a
streaming services.
mine's on a disc with Senior Trip. So
Ooh,
That's
there's another one right there.
Dags
There's 2
and
National
Reggie.
Lampoon like gold standard movies. Everyone thinks the
Absolutely.
vacation movies are that. I'm gonna put those 2 in there with it.
Yeah, Senior Trip is one of my all-time favorite movies. Also responsible for a lot of my sense of humor. Moss is in a coma.
Insulin. Can I buy some of that off you?
Heroin, huh?
I only know that movie because it was a preview for either Mortal Kombat, Dumb and Dumber, or Friday. All those movies had the same kind of trailer loop to them, so I know them because of that.
Might have been. I feel like Dumb and Dumber because I remember the "Wait unto me," the fucking song with the dog truck.
I have that song. I can't remember the name of it. but Apache Indian, I think, is the group that does that song.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
I searched for years to find that goddamn song, and you won't know this if you're a youngin', but back in the day, I had no idea what that fucking song was called because you couldn't Spotify or look that shit up. So every movie that had it in it, I bought the soundtrack.
Looking to hope it was on there.
Yeah, and play every track. Being like, maybe this one will be it. Maybe this one will be it. Maybe this one will be it. Nope. Off to go buy another soundtrack to see maybe it's on this one. Could it be on the Biodome soundtrack? No. Could it be on the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack? No.
Story of our lives, man.
There's $40 spent on 2 soundtracks for a song that wasn't on there that I wanted to hear.
Yeah, $15.99 for a CD, and you like just want one song.
Yeah, and you're just flying blind.
The good old days, man. The wild, wild west of cinema and
that is looking
media.
looking at that now. That is like you did that. Like that is insane. Like I definitely nowadays I would be like, so I'm gonna spend almost $20 and maybe get the song I'm looking for because I don't really know it.
Pass.
No.
Yeah. Well, we're older. We're wiser.
I'll just rewatch. Yeah. I'm older.
Yeah. We've adapted to the times slightly.
I've adapted to not being wiser.
We'll just buy. Well, see, now the beautiful thing is CDs and DVDs are like $1 because no one wants them. So,
or some retailers aren't even selling the goddamn things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Target.
Yeah, that's sad. And like even the mom and pop places that I used to frequent are closing. So
I'm finding even less and less VHS tapes that I used to be able to find for 10 cents and $1. That's definitely on the downside of things.
Yeah,
I would love to find one of these Hatchet movies on tape. I don't know.
Have to be
if
the first one, right? Because 05, 06,
maybe 07.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would have had a VHS run. Maybe you should tweet or X Adam and be like, "Did your first movie get a VHS release?" Just curious.
Yeah, because History of Violence was one of the very last movies to get a VHS release. And I can't remember what year that came out off the top of my head. That VHS, if you find History of Violence on VHS, is worth a boatload of money for some reason.
Well, I'll be looking for it now.
Yeah.
I probably have come across it a million times and then just did not do anything about it because it's like, now that I'll be looking for it, I'll never find it.
Yep, that's like super rare, apparently.
But oddly enough, tying to this movie, I was literally in an antique mall the other day, and it was one of those antique malls that have sticker-like booths everywhere. Mm-hmm. Or you can get the mini packs of stickers. Hatchet fucking 2 had a sticker.
What?
Laying in this little trough of stickers.
That is odd. Like with the hand on the hatchet, like the cover.
Yeah.
Weird. That is eerie. Really eerie.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hatchet sticker, let alone a Hatchet 2 sticker. Like, that's weird, because I'm going to be talking about that shit tomorrow. And it is in a sticker bin.
That's very odd. We went on a date the other day, my wife and I, and we stopped at like a little mom and pop place that sold like incense and crystals and all that shit, because my wife's into that stuff. And they had like a glass case, and it had patches and stickers. And it must be like they must have put stuff out for spooky season, as they say.
Yep,
and so
it's October.
Yeah, so then, there was a bunch of horror movie enamel pins, buttons, stickers, patches, and a bunch of they were weird ones, like odd off the beaten track, like Rawhead Rex stickers and shit. And I'm like, what? How?
Who?
Yeah, this place that sells fucking Nag Champa incense has a Rawhead Rex sticker and like a necromantic patch. Like, okay, it was very weird.
Oh, we're living in this era now.
Yeah.
I also fell off another end because I started wearing the really goofy rubber Croc shoes because they're the most comfortable thing I've ever had on my feet in my life. And my daughter has been in vain trying to get me to start buying those charms you can put through the fucking holes on the shoes.
Yeah, the little like rubber. They're like enamel pins, but they're rubber.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not doing all that. I was like, you find a Freddy one or something. I was like, sure. I was like, but she'll never find that shit. Literally yesterday, she found a Freddy one, and here's one that says spooky season. I was like, fine. So now I've fallen off now I'm putting charms on my shoes thing.
Yes, yeah, welcome. That's the thing. My daughter still does that because she has 2 pairs of Crocs, so she'll alternate. You know, it's kind of like your battle vest.
Sure, for your feet.
Yeah, for your feet, which is it's a weird thing, but you know, why not? Fuck it.
Now I'm just waiting to see. Maybe I can find some Hatchet. I can't even think what they're called. I think I called them charms. I think the daughter called them like jellies or
speed hole plugs.
Sure. I think I got to go to Cirilla's to get those. You got any speed hole plugs?
They're for Simpsons shit.
They're for foot jobs.
I just Homer with the pickaxe putting holes in the hood of his car. Speed holes. Look, Marge, speed holes.
Yeah, make more aerodynamic.
Speaking of that, Victor Crowley makes a lot of people aerodynamic in this movie with speed holes.
I was gonna say, like the fight sequence we get, because we get an off-camera fight with Tom Holland and Crowley because Tom Holland's old. Tom Holland cannot. He is too old to be fighting Kane Hodder in any. I don't even know if I would be comfortable if they were doing the Thumb War battle.
Yeah,
just
have
protect
to be,
the man.
Yeah, because he can't like take a tumble, and he probably couldn't even like do fake punches, like taking. I mean, he throws a couple. He does. You hatchet face, fuck that line, which I think was in the Red Band trailer, maybe.
Maybe, like we off-camera kill him, but we get a lot of blood splatter, which he does a couple of times where he just throws a cup of blood on a tree or something. Still funny.
Yeah, works.
Yeah, it's still fun. But then we get our big showdown between Leatherface and Jason, which is a real good beat 'em up fight, and ends in Leatherface getting curb stomped on a dining room table.
Yeah, I call that half capitated. I don't know. Curb stomped is
half-atated.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he puts his jawline on a dining room table, and then just fucking Ed Norton kicks the back of his head, and we get to see R.A.'s his upper jaw and head just slide across the table, and of course he's got to like blink like ugh.
Mm-hmm. It's real good.
I don't think I'm gonna make it to Hatchet 3.
See, and that's a good example of a blending of a practical effect with a digital effect. And I don't even know if it's digital. It might be that they just stuck his head through a hole.
He might have killed R.A. Mihailoff. I've not seen him since this movie, so who knows?
and like blinked. I don't know, but
I don't see him announced for events or anything either. So I'm like, did you really kill R.A. Mihailoff? Because he's been missing since this filming.
He gone. Deader than dead.
So I don't know. Perry Shin probably has the least in this one. I think probably has the least like gung ho kill, because he just gets the gas powered belt sander to the back of the noggin. Then we get his head just reduced down to bone, and then it just blows up. It
blows, yeah.
Because clearly, once you get to the brain with a sandblaster, it just explodes.
Yeah, you get into that cavity, right? And there's all that built up pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know how in Saw, they got to drill the hole in his head because his brain is swelling.
It's like if you put a grape in the microwave and you pull it out of the microwave and this pinprick, it just blows up.
Is that real?
You never put grapes in the microwave?
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't have a microwave, so
you would have a plate full of Perry Shin heads if you did.
I would. We used to microwave Peeps too, and none of us like Peeps, but they would just get real big.
I mean, that's how I would, if I wasn't having a fire, how I would quick, fast make some s'mores.
Yep.
I would microwave a Malo for like 12 seconds, and like as soon as it starts gaining in mass, pull it out and put it on the chocolate and graham cracker.
Because it's good on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the fucking slime in Ghostbusters 2. Like, just start yelling and cursing at it, and as soon as it starts expanding, stop and start praising its wonderful gooiness.
It's the Scolari brothers.
Give him the chair.
You wouldn't want us. exposing ourselves. I mean, we've gone off track about 42 billion times on this one, but that's what we do.
But I mean, like we said, this movie is not super deep or heavy. It's just
fun.
Chick escapes, gathers army, returns, army dies. Mm-hmm. Does she kill him at the end? And it cuts the ends the same way as the first one does, with a real quick, like, abrupt cut. Because it's down
in the middle
to
of loudness.
Yeah, it's down to 3-foot Danielle Harris versus towering Kane Hodder. She does the old 28 days later and thumbs him through the eye, and then bashes his face in, and then it's cool when she walks off camera and we get just like 3 beats of silence and Kane's fingers start to twitch, and then she just shows back up with a double-barrel shotgun and shoots him point blank in the face, or what's left of his face.
Yeah, super good. Yeah, I also get that, like, he has the big hole in his head and she, like, jams her fist in it.
Yeah.
It's real good.
It's nice and gross. And then, yeah, like, as soon as that gun blast, cut. And credits begin. And you'll pick back up immediately on the next one where that one left off. Mm-hmm. Fourth movie's the only one where it's going to have time between the two films. These first 3 are like, it's one long movie.
One very long weekend.
I'm looking forward to a wonderful weekend.
That has to
Mardi
be some
Gras.
of the most contrived storytelling I've ever heard in my life.
Kudos to Adam. He had a 3-structured story, and he's like, I'm gonna do 3 of these movies, and they're gonna be all tied together.
It works. It works like gangbusters, man. Turn your brain
cut
off
them all together
and just enjoy this movie, because it is fun top to bottom. And also, I will say this: if you're gonna watch it, I wouldn't watch it on a streaming service. It's really nice. Own the disc, Blu-ray, DVD, whatever. They're both loaded with special features. And if you're a Periscope fan,
it's not Evil Dead Rise Blu-ray level.
No, which I still haven't bought because they didn't give us anything that we want. And I'm sad about that.
I was looking forward to so much features on an Evil Dead Blu-ray, and I didn't get shit.
Maybe we'll get a special edition one day. Scream Factory will put it out, and then I'll snag it. But
I will slap somebody if that's the case. I'm like, I bought this day one expecting this shit. You giving it to me now?
Yep. It's 101 years of excellence when it comes out next year.
Yeah, 101.
That's, marketing 101, if you will. But and
they're not expensive either. Like, if you're buying them on Amazon, they're not expensive. If you buy them directly through Periscope and have them signed by Adam, it's not expensive.
Mm-hmm. And we don't work for him. We just really like him. I really appreciate what he's doing for the genre. So,
no, I am all about saving my coin to buy my cinema, and I was genuinely pissed when I realized, I could have bought all these at basically the same market price off his website and have his signatures on them as I would if I bought them from anywhere else.
Yep. And you're gonna get like hours of special features, which is paramount for someone like me and like Evil. We live for that stuff. We eat that stuff up. So if you want to see what it was like on the set, if you want to like in depth on the kills, commentaries, yada yada, like that's the way to go, because it's more than just the movie. It's just hours and hours and hours of entertainment.
And it's money that goes back into Adam Green and his stuff, which he's still doing. He did have his YouTube channel going for a long while, where he had different short segmented little shows. And he's still doing his yearly, I think this is his 25th anniversary Halloween special he films in October that's going to come out. So money, if you're not doing it on Patreon, to his podcast, buy some shit from him. Shirts or these
comic
movies.
They got Hatchet comics.
The comics. The literally the book that comes with part 4 that you purchased.
It's hilarious. Haha.
It's hilarious.
Came back around. But do you have anything else you want to add before we move on to those next segments, Evil?
Nah, I mean, like I said, if I'm gonna pick any of the 4 if I'm just doing one of these, I'm just jumping and do 2, because it's the most out there of the 4 movies. The other ones are gonna, not that any of these 4 movies are really bogged down with like heavy duty stories, but this one, in the best way, has the least amount of that.
Gotcha.
Because there's nothing scary about it. It's definitely after 8 p.m.
Because of the one sex scene, yeah.
Well, yeah, we have some topless scenes earlier on, and
True.
I was like, I would just leave this after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the Evil Dead 2 of this series to me. So, yeah. That's the most I would say for it.
That's perfect. It's a cakewalk. But now that
I
we're
love
done professing our love for this movie Evil, what does that mean?
We gotta give this movie its real fair shake with people who hated this movie, and there's no better place to find people who hate stuff than on the internet, right? So it's time for Amazon 1-star reviews.
Hated it.
Sunny on February 9th, 2011.
Hey, February
1
9th.
star. February 9, 2011. 1 star. Why was this movie even made? OMG. This is one of the worst films ever made in the history of film. With that said, as weird, with the history of film, comma, capital. With that said, this takes me back to the title of my review. It's been one sentence. Well, like, wait a minute. Oh, this reminds me of that title I just fucking wrote 8 seconds ago.
7 words ago.
Yeah, I mean, really, who thought it was a good idea to make this movie? No question mark there, just a really short comma again. Again, comma to capitalizing. It's not even good, corny horror. I paused the movie 5 times just to get food and drinks.
All right.
Sure, drinks, but clearly didn't ponder rechecking his spelling on shit. Food and drinks to keep me into it. I felt like I was being tortured, rolling my eyes through the entire movie, like when it was like, when is this going to be over? Again, no question mark, just a period there. The only good thing about this movie was that Danielle Harris was in it. I've loved her acting ever since I saw her in Halloween 4. She was 9 or 12. My advice to anyone thinking of renting or buying this movie is don't.
If you are thinking of renting this movie,
Don't. Please don't watch. If you must see it, borrow it from a friend. Therefore, you will not feel like you've wasted your money and an hour and 20 minutes of your life. If it's a shit movie, if I borrow it, I still have wasted the time, but
yeah.
Okay. I can't believe this movie was in theaters.
For like a day.
Sure. I didn't know it was in theaters.
It got pulled because something to do with the distribution company. Like it's on the special features. Like it got released and then there was trouble, so they pulled it, which hurt him big time. And then it got bootlegged.
This is unique. Normally we get 1 stars from people, right? People write these reviews. This is from the entire town, I guess, of Honolulu. Honolulu, in unison on April 18th, 2020, said 1 star, so dumb and terrible acting. Stupid story and terrible acting. And then Honolulu fell silent.
But it's on fire right now, right?
No, it was on fire. It's just smoldering and smoking.
It's because they didn't like Hatchet II.
Honolulu is a wonderful place. Then it caught fire. Ron B. on August 20th, 2019. 1 star, terrible. Wow, bad acting and horrible special effects on the kill scenes. Grade school effects with brown blood and completely fake kill scenes. Well, they're all fake kill scenes. It's a goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Don't waste your
snuff
time.
Film.
I did not buy Hatchet 2 to watch fake kill scenes.
Yeah, I was expecting faces of death. Wait a minute.
You telling me those are fake kill scenes too? Oh, shit.
Motherfucker.
Horror Hound. This one can't be that bad, right? May 17, 2011. 1 star, don't bother. Love Tony Todd. Love Danielle Harris. But even with these two horror powerhouses carrying the load, it could still not save this dreck of a film. Laughable on so many levels, or just about every level. The Crowley character is just goofy. The effects are cartoonishly bad, and the direction is just about as amateurish as it gets.
Be amateurish and difficult.
Rent Madman 20 times before wasting a dime on this one.
Wow.
I get that Madman has a following and all, but I don't think by the time I call it a day on planet Earth and in this realm, I do not think I will have watched Madman 20 times.
Oh, dang. See, I like Madman.
But not 20 times the amount.
I'd probably watch it once a year, but just...
Even that seems like a lot. I watch it, I'm like, yeah, that was... I could see
okay.
its value, but like, do you want to watch it again? I'm all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't need to own it.
It doesn't... It's just not... It's not comparable with this, though. Two different types of movies, you know?
I would never... That's a really, that's a poor production of putting movies together. Like, we're going to watch Madman and Hatchet II. Mm-hmm. That's two different tones.
Yeah. Seriously.
Like, we're going to have Chinese food and peanut butter.
Peanut butter and ladies.
Ladies. Big Wig. January 22nd, 2014. 1 star. Suck-O-Rama.
I like that. That's fun.
A worthless piece of trash. I wouldn't wipe my ass with this movie.
Well, it would hurt.
Yeah, you're not going to clean much shit off your ass with that either. I wouldn't want to associate with anyone who thought this was a good film. I guess Big Wig is never going to be on the Patreon for a Deep Cut podcast.
Yeah, not hanging out at 3B Video, that's for sure.
Wiping my ass with DVDs.
You smell.
Duck and Dodge. Clearly a dodgeball fan on February 4th, on Valentine's Day 2011.
Nice.
1 star. The turd one. So I took a dump, forgot to flush, went to watch this movie. Mid-movie, went back upstairs to flush, and ended up watching The Turd instead. That was more interesting.
Oh, he's clever.
Or he could be really fucking high, like, oh shit, that shit was in me, now it's going somewhere else.
This shit is the shit.
This shit is the shit. I'm in bad shape over here, man. February 11th, 2011, T-Man says 1 star, total bore fest, same movie, remade. Movie was terrible. Basically a remake of the first movie in terms of introducing something new. It was the SOS.
SOS.
Sack of shit.
Shit on a shingle.
Suspect. I don't know what.
Summer of Sam.
Totally a waste of money.
Boo.
Sauce.
It was the sauce.
Yeah. Sophie on Christmas Eve 2022. 1 star, not worth buying. Movie started glitching. I was unable to watch this and avoid at all cost buying this.
Watching it on Christmas Eve. I like that attitude, though.
Streaming on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, like, man, you know what sounds good before we, go to bed and wake up to a bunch of presents?
Hatchet fucking 2.
See, I admire that kind of gumption. That's...
And the last of the 1 stars from Martin Ralph on May 23rd, 2019. 1 star. Killer in the Swamp. Very poor movie. 0 out of 10.
It was a fucking swamp.
Burn it for the inheritance.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you can't please all the people all the time, and the internet is a disgusting place, so it is what it is.
So listen to us on the internet, because you can't see us, so we can't be that disgusted.
Yeah, well, and also, we're pretty indifferent a lot of the times. Like, if something sucks, we're not, like, violently evil about it. I don't know, unless you're talking about Halloween Ends from my
I was
perspective.
gonna say like, Halloween Ends on your end.
Yeah, we can tip into that, but
You can. I'm like, eh.
it's true.
But
Sometimes
we've
I
already-
get really angry.
We've already done that franchise. We'll see how we feel when we start running out of things. We get the Children of the Corn, and we got 9 or 10 of those movies to do.
There's a lot of them.
I literally think there's 9 or 10 Children of the Corn movies,
Sadly,
including the one that just came out this past year.
Sadly, I think I own all of them.
I think I own all but the last 2 or 3. I think I definitely bought the Miramax like 6 Children of the Corn movies on
2,
one
3,
for
4, 5,
$5.
and 6, and Retribution or whatever the fuck it is, Revelation.
I think 1 and 2 are together, and then there's like 6 movies in one set. I think.
Field of Screams, perhaps.
I think that's like 5.
Five,
No, that's
yeah,
Field
5.
of Terror.
Field
they
of
fucked
Terror.
up. It should have been Field of Screams, but they said Fields of Terror. I think that one has an Arquette in it.
Yeah. I think
Kane
you're
Hodder's
right.
in one of the movies too. I think he might be in that one. Kane Hodder cameo where he's like working on a pig farm.
Fucking probably.
Maybe we'll do that next. We'll have the Children of the Corn franchise lined up.
We have to eat corn on the cob during each episode too, just like ASMR corn on the cob eating.
Or I'll just get some candy corn. That's more sustainable for, what would that be? Like 4 months?
Oh, yeah. Did I just see? I just saw something that's candy corn flavored, and I was gonna tag you in it because I was like, "What? That's odd." I can't remember.
I know you were telling me, I think the Mountain Dew, no, someone else was saying the Mountain Dew mystery flavor this month tastes like candy corn.
It does. It's very it's like pow, whoa, like sugar out the ass. But
I expect nothing less than something from Mountain Dew.
right, it's just got a
At some point,
2 inches deep of straight sugar.
I figure at some point that's literally all it will be. It would just be a soda can full of sugar. Like there's not even liquid in it. It's just granulated sugar. Sugar.
Add your own carbonated water. Man.
And a squirt of lemon or lime juice. Like, all right, there's your Mountain Dew.
Yep, there's your soda. But now that we're done with the Amazon 1-star reviews, Evil, what does that mean?
It's time to strap on your boots, grab your Evian water, and let's play the game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
It's all about the game and how you play it. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And chicken and biscuits on the gravy with the chicken and the biscuits on the gravy. And the biscuit is me.
Voodoo. Magic. Oh, that's right. It is time to play the game. And if you're new here, welcome. But you're probably scratching your head asking yourself, what is the game? Well, the game is a deep cut in and of itself, where you gotta pick a prop from the movie that we are covering, but it can't be a well-known prop. So since we're covering Hatchet II, I'm gonna go ahead and say you can't have Victor Crowley's overalls, and you can't have his hatchet, because those are low-hanging fruit. So pick something odd, obscure, weird, different, and let us know on Patreon, let us know on the podcast comments, let us know on Discord, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you can find us, because we're out there and we want to know what you pick. So, with that being said, Evil, since this is your go-to, your baby, your Hatchet love, I think I know what you're gonna pick, but I just want to hear you say it.
The Tony Todd torso.
Yup, I knew it was coming.
If it wasn't that, I was gonna secondary and give me give me Joe Lynch's stupid hat.
So you can go out into the woods. You'd have to have like those pajamas with the butt flap. I feel like if you wear that hat, you have to have
Oh,
those.
red too.
Like I go on out to the outhouse and take a shit.
Yeah, I would love to. I should just get that as a cosplay and just wear it with cowboy boots or something. Galoshians.
Shitter's full, yeah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Shitter's full.
Oh god damn it! Yeah, I knew you were gonna pick that, but the part of me, I wasn't sure if you were gonna take like the the face. You know what I mean? Like when he pulls the skin, and there's like, so it's like Tony Todd's actual skin, like a life cast of him, or if you wanted like the torso.
I thought you were gonna say like the flaps and folds of skin that are on the swamp floor now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, when they.
So it looks like fucking like Judge Doom down there.
But you want the arms and the head, and just you want the torso.
I want that torso that's still laying gingerly across those bushes.
Seems like we could use it for a Hellraiser prop too. Like, just nail it to a rotating island or whatever the fuck those things are called.
I'd want to tie some monofilament or something around the spine back of it, and then just drag it behind my car.
It makes me think of also.
But just high enough so like the fingers on the hands will just occasionally bounce off the road. Just
you wouldn't puppet it like Ving Rhames' corpse in fucking People Under the Stairs.
You went down those stairs.
And the president's gonna make me Secretary of Pussy. Which is by far the greatest line in cinema history. That's a good one.
There's a lot of them in that movie. People Under the Stairs is pretty quote festival.
It really is, and it's Wes Craven, so it's absolutely bug nuts insane. My prop that I'm gonna pick, Evil, also has to do with Tony Todd. So I kind of knew we were going down that road, and we love us some Tony Todd. The other thing I'll say two. Surprised you didn't take the top of R.A. Mihailov's head, because we've seen that is a prosthetic.
That's his actual head.
Yeah, we've seen it's a prosthetic, and then we see the like cutaway, whether that's, like I said, whether that's really him or if that's composited. But the prop that I really, really want is Tony Todd's like skull voodoo staff. That like wooden staff. I don't know why.
I don't know why it popped in my head, but as soon as you said that, I love that he does like a pro wrestling like entrance when he's gonna be doing his spiel to the crew of people. Like, it's just missing Perry Shin playing like audience applauding and then stopping a fucking cassette tape.
Got like 4th of July poppers that shoot out those little like streamers.
Yeah, one of those, like a real shitty like smoke machine that just
one
little
like a sad fart of smoke. Yeah,
and put a fart noise to it, just
like a little whistler. Yeah,
Reverend Zombie, behold.
Comes out like he's fucking Papa Shango.
Yeah.
Dollar store Shango. I love that staff, and I just feel like that would be a really, because it's in Holliston, like it's in Adam Green's bedroom. And he's like that episode where he's singing, and I think is that the episode when Tony Todd comes in his room, or no? I can't. I know. Either way, it's always in there.
Just rewatch that series again. It's 2 seasons. Like,
so good.
Like 14 episodes grand total.
Like 19 minutes an episode. Doesn't take any time. So that's my prop. There's plenty of other weird things that would be worth taking. But yeah, I think that's what I gotta go with. If anything else, maybe the plate of cookies is kind of funny.
Yeah. Or the 4 foot of intestines we kill Beekler with.
Yeah, or his piss jug. His piss jug is good.
I mean, like, that looks like it smells.
Mm-hmm. Can I maybe his raincoat?
I know it's not. I can smell the piss off that jug.
Hot popcorn.
Old piss.
Yep. Gross. But yeah, let us know your props, guys, because we are curious. And
the humping AJ Bowen corpse.
Oh, that'd be a good one. What if it's an animatronic? It's just like
yeah. You couldn't. They didn't have the budget for an animatronic. It's literally probably just someone with a stick up a dummy's ass, just going.
Yep.
And then sound design of
that Filthy, wet swamp sex.
He came and went at the same time.
And on that note, Evil, I suppose we should probably get going, because after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to watch them. So why not us, right?
What's up with that Blair Witch, man? I'd tap that. She probably has some cobwebs sealing it up. And even if I did hit that, a bunch of bats come flying out of it. Voodoo.